All right, traders. So today we are going to break down 3 hot quantum computing stocks, and I'm going to show you why I hold them both in my long-term portfolio as well as trading them on a swing basis. And if you stick around all the way to the end, I'm going to show you price targets on all 3 of these. So the first one we're going to jump into is Rigetti Computing. Ticker symbol is RGTI. And first we're going to look at it in logarithmic view, and we're going to do this because I want to show you this on the larger time frame and establish truly where I believe this stock is and where I think it's going. So what you can see is we have this back when it IPO'd or wherever, when it first started, came out to the public, we have it here. We put in a pivot top high of about 1273, and then what did it do? It had a massive descent all the way to about 36 cents. Why did it do that? Well, I think it just wasn't ready, right? And you'll see that a common theme in all of these. So we had this massive descent. It put in all this basing or consolidation, created this kind of cup, and then we have this handle. But what's interesting is we've already broken the neckline once, right? And then what that did is it essentially formed or is forming this massive bull flag. So you have this move from the bottom all the way to the top. That's your flagpole. Then you have all this consolidation over the last year. And what it's been doing brilliantly is stepping, right? It's been break and retesting. So I have these circles drawn in here because as we've broken out, we've came back, we've retraced. That's 1. We've broken out, we came back, we retraced. That's 2. Came back for a double bottom here, went back up, and then it formed this particular bottom here, or this pivot low, where we have another circle, and then we moved up. So it's just been creating this massively bullish consolidation pattern, and we've had these higher highs and higher lows along the way as we move up. Now this one took out this low, but that's what formed that double bottom, right? And look how well it's been holding and respecting the 150 day. So I have this other circle drawn on here for the simple reason that I think it could, and I'm not saying it will, but I think it could come back, retest this 150 day for its final test, which would also fill this gap right here, right? You can see that clearly is right there at about 1289. And then I think we move higher. Now, I don't think it has to do that, right? You have this double bottom here, so that could establish itself, and we might not fill this gap for a long, long time, right? Before we hit the ultimate price target. We might just come up and do something like this, right? Come up to the top, and then move higher from there. So I think this chart is massively bullish. You have these higher lows here. You have this kind of pennant or triangle pattern. And again, I just think it's massively bullish. So that's it on, and then if you look back, I've marked out this previous all-time high. So we are solidly and definitively above that now, right? We had this move higher, we failed it, we came back up. But again, this previous all-time high is that circle as well as where the 150 day. So I do think it's likely we come down there, especially based on my thesis of having a near-term market correction. But then from there, I think we go much, much higher. So at the end of this video, I'm going to reveal to you exactly where I think that price target is. So you're going to want to stick around to the end. So now let's look at Rigetti now this was logarithmic, right? This was logarithmic view. Now let's look at it in linear view. So still looked massively bullish, but you can see it's not quite, it doesn't give you that same look, but it still shows, we're in this bullish consolidation sideways action. But again, going back to logarithmic, look at that. You could tell we're definitely bullish. And then you can see the green buy volume, green spikes everywhere, no real sells. So this, like I said, is massively, massively bullish in my opinion. Okay, now in the linear view, same kind of thing. You can see we're breaking out. It's still, it's still forming those same bottoms, those pivot lows, and it's just stair-stepping all the way up. So again, do I think it can come down to this 1274 kind of area? Yes. Do I think it's likely? I'm going to put a 50-50 on it. Again, it's all going to really be dependent on the market, and that you're going to find that with all 3 of these stocks. Same kind of thing where it could come back down, retest this, but may not. And for these double bottoms here, you got these 2 double bottoms. Like I said, it might not do it, and we might just do something like this and go. But either way, I think we have massive potential to the upside. I'm going to put the price target at the end. Okay, the next one we're going to look at is quantum computing, QUBT. We're going to first start off in logarithmic, and you can see its chart here. You have this kind of, again, cup and handle pattern. And inside that, we have this bull flag. So this one's not quite as far along. There's obviously previous all-time highs that are much higher, but still massively bullish in that we have this flagpole, we have this consolidation. So what do I see here? You know, I see kind of a move. I don't know if we get quite up to 24, but maybe, you know, a move to about 21, and then we do something like this. Get our retest there. You know, maybe it does something like this, come back, fills a gap there, and then we go higher. But similar kind of pattern here, similar kind of price action. I like it to the upside. Let's now also look at it in linear view. Same kind of thing. You can see we broke out, we came back, we retested here. Bull flag, came back, retested here, launched higher, made this lower low. Now we're trying to put in a move higher here. Looks like we're breaking out, right? So, you know, again, maybe it does something like on this one, does something like this before it ultimately goes higher. We may not get that pullback in this range, which is perfectly fine. But I could see, again, a retest of that 150 day. So I'm calling for higher on this, similar type of accumulation. Look at this huge green buy accumulation, all green spikes, no big red spikes. This thing is under massive accumulation. Again, wait till the end, and I'm going to give you the price target on all three of these. The very last one is D-Wave Quantum Computing, QBTS. Look at this. Very similar to Rigetti in that we have this previous all-time high. We're clearly above it. It did create a gap, right? So you got to be mindful of that. But look at this flagpole, this bullish consolidation, breakout. Now here we have another one, flagpole, bullish consolidation. Now, can you look at this and see potentially a head and shoulders forming? Yes. So you have your left shoulder, head, right shoulder. That may be forming, but it also might just be, like I think it is, just bullish consolidation. And you can see this one's never really come back to the 150 day. So this one, in my opinion, is massively bullish with just great structure across the board. If we look at it in linear view, it still looks amazingly good, right? You can see we have this gap. We had this descending wedge. We broke out of it. We back tested it, which I absolutely love to see. That is absolutely key to the fact that we are going higher. So again, pathing on this one, preferred pathing would be something like this. Go up, touch this 19, maybe pull back and do something like this. That's my primary pathing. Secondary pathing would be something like this, close the gap and then go higher. In either case, I think we go much, much higher in all three of these. So why did I say they're both in my long-term portfolio as well as my trading portfolio or my swing trading portfolio? The answer is simple. Because long-term, I see massive, massive upside. Where do I see it going? Well, let's go back to Regetti, okay? And let's calculate the price target on it first. So inside linear view, what we want to look at is we want to look at the flagpole itself. So you have a move from here to there. Okay, now this is primary upside target. There will obviously be stopping points along the way, but let's assume we break out of the primary flagpole there. We have a price target of about $41.80, right, or $42. Let's just make it easy and call it 42. Again, there will be stopping points along the way, opportunities to sell, to rebuy. But if you're a long-term holder, 42 is your price target on Rigetti, okay? Let's jump into QUBT. And let's make sure we're on linear. We are. So same kind of thing. You measure the flagpole bottom to the flagpole top. And we're going to put that there. We're going to drag that up from the potential breakout, which could be about $25. And let's move that over just a little bit more. And that puts us at a price target of, on QUBT, of $51. And again, it will not go straight there. So just be mindful of that. There will be a lot of swings in the movement to that, but ultimately your price target is $51.50 on QUBT. Now, finally, let's look at QBTS. Same thing. To measure your move or potential move, you take your flagpole. Now, this one, you're going to want to do it two ways. So the first one I see is we had this flagpole. Okay, we already had that breakout. Now, we haven't even realized the price target of that one. So your primary price target on just the breakout of this flagpole is about $22. I think we're going to get there quite quickly, and what I think could potentially happen is something like this, or we're gonna just, we're gonna go out of it. We're not gonna put in this inverse head or this head and shoulders pattern, and we're gonna hit our price target and then maybe do something like this. So break out, go to $22, back test your breakout of about 19, seeing the crime retrace, and then ultimately go higher. So the full flagpole movement on this and the ultimate price target that I see for it is going to be, take that flagpole, take it from the breakout, okay, could be there, and my friends, I see a $38 price target on QBTS. Unbelievable. So I will never give financial advice, always give you what I'm doing in my own personal trading portfolio, and this is exactly what it is. Long-term price targets on this, swing around that long-term movement, and yeah, trade this thing to the upside. So if you liked the analysis today, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, because I'm bringing you value, I'm delivering alpha, and helping you navigate these volatile markets, taking advantage day by day. You're not going to want to miss the next one because it's gonna pop. All right, guys, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace and love.